Well, after a thrilling Week 9 slate of high school football in our area last night, the teams that qualified for the state playoffs found out who they would be matching up against in the IHSA state playoffs.
That's right, Eric. Several area teams gathered at their schools or other watch parties and were able to watch the brackets unfold, and we are here to highlight those teams and the matchups going into next week.
Yeah, the IHSA football brackets are official. We don't have times quite yet, but we do know the matchups.
We'll start with Class 1A and work our way up. Starting in 1A, undefeated Lena Winslow is the number 1 seed. They'll play 5-4 Richards in round 1 of the playoffs. Saw them play last night against Forest and Eric.
Around our area include Aurora Christian traveling to play 7-2 Fulton. Rockford Lutheran got their playoff berth last night, so they'll travel to play Anawan Weathersfield. And Foreston will hit the road to Peru to face St. Beatty. And Dakota will take on Iroquois West.
Just one local school in the 2A bracket. Newman is the 13 seed with a 5-4 record. They will travel to play 8-1 Rockridge.
And moving to 3A, Stillman Valley is the highest seed at number 5. They went 8-1 this season. Their only loss coming last night, an upset from Genoa Kingston. They'll host 5-4 Monmouth Roseville. We've got some other great games coming up in 3A. Genoa Kingston, we talked about that great upset against Stillman Valley last night. Now the Cogs are the 8 seed, hosting Elmwood Brimfield. Dupec took a 7 seed, so they'll be hosting Catalyst Maria and Winnebago. We saw them in our game of the week last night. They'll hit the road to play undefeated Seneca, and Byron, the defending state champs, will host Lyle as the 6th seed.
And it seems like a lot of good games in 3A. Moving up to 4A now, we have one game with 2 local schools facing off. Rochelle, they had a great season with a 7-2 record. They take a 7 seed. They're going to be hosting 6-3 Dixon. Old rivals get to renew in the playoffs. They're a big rivalry, Eric. And Marengo in as the number 14 seed. They travel to face St. Francis.
Moving to 5A, the Sycamore Spartans, what a season they've had, 9-0 in the regular season. They've got a Chicago school in Westinghouse coming to Sycamore. They'll be playing the Spartans. Going to be a great game for Sycamore. Other big games from the 5A bracket is Boylan as the number 3 seed. They'll have a home playoff game against Hillcrest for round 1, and Sterling will host St. Viator in another 5A clash.
In 6A now, the big game we have from this bracket is Belvedere North. They finished their season with a 7-2 record, but struggled in the final 2 weeks with losses to Harlem and Guilford. They'll look to get back on track, hosting the 12th seed, Central, from Grays Lake. The other local school in the 6A bracket is Harlem. They'll travel to play 6-seeded Edmondson.
In 7A, Guilford, the surprise team out of the NIC 10, they will host a playoff game against my high school's old rival, the Batavia Bulldogs. Guilford is the 15 seed and Batavia is at 18 with a record of 6-3. Other big games from this bracket, in Hononegah, they'll be hosting a playoff game too. The 19 seed Community out of Normal will come to Rockton with a record of 6-3. DeKalb will be a 23 seed as they have a road playoff game against Malloy. And you can check out the 8-man football matchups on our website. For now, let's send it over to Kelsey for the weather.